Yeah, I'm going for as many because look, it's getting really tough to get shit anyway. I mean, you could see the writing on the wall. So
People are starting to panic a little bit.
It really is.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. I'm really, and we'll talk about it later, obviously, but I'm really just playing every release like it's kind of the last one, and
Play
going.
it like it's my last.
Well, because I don't want to be like, oh, well, I'll just go pass on these and I'll go for the 500s on Monday or whenever they drop, and then
Yeah, nah, fuck that.
So
fuck that,
yeah, whatever I could get, I'm happy with, and that's just what it's gonna be. Hopefully, I get a few hundred. That'd be nice.
Yeah, releases just continue to be more difficult to get at retail.
Yep. Let's see announcements.
This should get like early released or something. The Fire Red.
Yeah, there was like a sneakers. And then
Yeah,
there
they
was,
did that shock drop.
They just
And
did a
on
stash
Stash.
though, right?
Not a stash. It was like it's like when you can reserve in store. I don't remember what that's called.
Okay.
Yo, it's so nice on Twitter, and I'll shout him out because it's nice that people enjoy it. I think it was Aiden AD 1097 on Twitter when I tweeted out that I was looking for Fire Red auto checkout. He's like, BSH member here, looking forward to the stream later. It's stuff like that. That's it's always nice to see.
Yeah, for sure.
It tickles your fancy.
No, I don't say tickles any fancy. It's just like it's just nice to hear.
People like to see you, man.
Sure.
Yeah,
Brandon was nervous about his coming out party about a year ago. People are gonna laugh at me on the stream.
When did I say that? When did I ever say that?
You said that. You said that. They could like before we even started about having a stream. You're like, no way, man. They're just gonna laugh at me when they.
I never. Oh, that is so.
You're so full of it. You're so full.
Find me the text. There's Dev.
I think. Yeah. No, it wasn't a text.
What's up?
No.
Dev, what's up, dude?
Dev.
Is my mic working fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Really good.
Clean as a whistle.
Yeah, I went. Bitcoin's down $2,000 now. That's great.
It needs to continue, but dude, we have 30 to 40% drawbacks. What, 4 times last run?
Yeah. My whole goal is to just
sell
it all and then buy it back. I'm just trying to find the right spots to do it.
Well, I did. I sold half of mine at 15K, and it still hasn't got back down to where I sold it at yet. So be careful.
Well, it's okay, Gloss. I got stink bids in 14.5 and 12.5.
I mean, I'm not worried.
Stink bids.
Yeah, I think it's going to retrace at some point. I'm just being patient.
Yeah.
Oh, I know you're not worried. Gloss got a store going, man. He's not worried about anything else. Everything else is noise.
All right, so let's get it started.
All right, we can. You guys ready to roll here? 8:35 on a Friday post Thanksgiving.
I think it's the first Friday stream we've done, and I'll start the clock now for whoever's keeping track of later for timestamps. This has got to be the first Friday stream we've ever done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe.
Shabbat's
Make it a good one. We'll not do it again. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I know I slept and ate way too much. It's way too much. But, let's see. We're going to start off with the black. All right. So, yeah. I think it was NYC Train asking about this. What's up, man? Hope you're watching, Grant. Hope you're doing well. Where are we at here, guys? I'm kind of praying that this one bombs.
I am doing the same.
Just praying. Price action's, pretty terrible. I mean, it started being terrible last week. It's like everybody got their parents in last week and just started selling the shit out of them, all the boutiques and everybody else. This shoe never really had a chance. Everybody was already like, wow, look at those prices.
Yeah, if this one came out as the second colorway instead of, what was it, the Mist was the second one, I think it would have done much better. Just because the first one was a pretty, fairly big success. Yeah, but if they end up going for like pennies on the dollar, for gloss, I mean, it could be a good store filler. It could be.
Shoot, that's a good store
Totally.
filler for everybody, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be almost another case of another Black Easy gone bad. Black Easies, we've done extensive data on them. They don't stay bad. I mean, I don't even think you can make a Black Easy in a 380 model go bad. It's my opinion. But the Dev, I think we were talking about in chat. I mean, you were talking to, hopefully drop around retail and we can get them around retail. That'd be like a dream, all right?
Yeah, retailer or even below, because some sites still got promotions on. Hopefully these aren't excluded from discount. After seeing what happened to previous models, they might not do the same for these. So, hopefully we can get these for like 180 to 200, but that's like pretty optimistic. So
that's dream world, right?
Yeah.
I think I would be unloading the bank at 180 to 200. I think I'd unload.
Yeah, I got to interrupt for 1 sec. How good does Dev sound right now with the sound quality?
He
sounds immaculate.
I was gonna say, like, he sounds better than all of us.
Yeah, it really does.
Wow.
I gotta up my game now, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm gonna come in with
No, but I mean, I seriously like this opportunity. I kind of would be surprised to see these get to the level Dev's talking about. I think seeing them in the 220, 230, 240 level, I don't know, 250 level for some of the, I don't know. I think it's more about around retail too, but maybe I'm wrong. If it's under retail, guys, I'd be hard pressed not to put a lot of money into this shoe. What are your thoughts on that?
I wouldn't put money into it up front. I think there's got to be 2 or 3 more Black Yeezys right now that people might be waiting for, and I think that's what's going to end up maybe driving it after it releases. Is I think this is going to end up being the easiest to get by far because doesn't seem like a lot of people are after them, and even after I don't see the price being that high. So maybe people go back and say, "Look, I want a Black Yeezy that dropped. Let me see the cheapest one," and this is going to end up being cheaper than the 500, cheaper than the 700 V3 that's going to come out. So I think that's where the value is. I would not be putting money into it tomorrow. If they drop tomorrow,
Hi, Buck.
yeah. Oh, where is it? Oh, yeah, it's on the side. So I'm on the side. Yeah, I won't be putting money into these tomorrow at all.
No,
I feel like we're a broken record. Like it's literally just every week. It's just wait, be patient.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
But I mean, you've been right. Sakai has rebounded fast, but other than that shoe, every other one we've been right to say wait.
True.
Yeah, I mean it's not a buyer. It's kind of like it's not been a buyer's market.
Well,
for a while,
it hasn't been a reseller's market.
Yeah,
it's been a buyer's market for sure. Like you could find shit now for way cheaper than it was during the summer. So if you're a consumer, then it's certainly a buyer's market.
Consumer. Yeah.
For someone looking to capitalize right now, it's not
for your secondary market buyers.
Yeah,
it's not a good market.
For your arbitrage players.
There you go.
It's not a good market right now.
I don't know. I mean, but still, too. I mean, this is just a shoe that's not going to just go away in my mind. So, don't put money into it right now. I'm not buying at retail right now. But as the prices dip, pay attention because there's definitely.
I'll try to get stock numbers also for you guys. Stock numbers, and also if there's any sites tomorrow that have discount codes enabled on these, then I'll definitely drop them in.
Yeah, that's a good point, Dev. I mean, 312. To Dev's point about this shoe getting just destroyed price point, there's only 312 sales. Like, that's really bad, guys. There's just no other way to cut that. For this shoe, the way Black Yeezys sell, like we know, for there only to be 312 pairs sold right now across all sizes it's just indicative of the lack of demand, which is kind of interesting. Has anybody seen these in hand or anything? Or are they going to be like that black and purple mixed look or whatever?
I'm guessing, but
yeah,
who's to say for certain?
Yeah.
I'll see a pair in hand tomorrow, but we'll see.
Yeah. So
Legendary drop right there. Smurf's gonna see it tomorrow.
Yep, you know me. Big flex.
That was a nice transition too. So speaking of man, who? Oh, I wonder how many people in our chat or how many people watching were around for this drop the first time. Because I remember sitting in DSB's chat and
that was my birthday.
Me and Matt, NYC Sneaks, getting made fun of in DSB because we're like, why would you guys not be buying this Black Easy? And everybody's like, oh, we'll pass. And granted, I didn't have foresight enough to like buy up big sizes and all that, like I was some genius or something. But you know, because if y'all remember, like a size 11.5, 12.5, I mean 11, 12, like they all ended up being worth $400 or $500 plus. So I remember this drop very well. So many people passed, but the value came later, like so many of these Black Easies have. See, you guys, a guy in our chat said he hit 5 pair manual, his first cook, all bay. Nice. So yeah, there was great profit off those. So you guys remember this drop first time?
I think I was away for it, and I didn't go for it. And I think I remember someone like got a shit ton of pairs in one of the chats I was in, and everyone was laughing at him. And then a month later, he was laughing at him.
Oh yeah.
So, no, this is just one. Again, this to me is like an all-out. I'm going to get whatever the hell I could get. I don't really care about sizes for the most part. Although, I mean, if I could land like 4.5 to 6.5, 7, that's amazing. But again, this is just one that's a proven concept, proven model, proven colorway, and yeah, I'd be going all out for sure. Who said something about these? That these were on? Someone told me these were on foot sites. Am I wrong?
Grade school is in store only for Foot Locker, and men's is online. I think, I'm not sure. Men's online and in store.
Wow.
Yes, well, I mean, I'd certainly be going for at least some men's sizes on foot sites. So hopefully they're mega GR.
But Foot Lockers is only New York City and California. I mean LA and Chicago, I think. So only the big stores are getting these.
So Sam, what sizes are you thinking when you ask like where the price lands? Because Bay and other size ranges vary a lot. I would say we're looking at Bays right now. We're sitting, I guess, God, all over the place. I don't know. I think these will settle. It depends on how much stock is going to drop. I mean, we don't cop to 9.5, 11, and 12 today.
Yeah, no, this shoe is just completely right now.
On Stadium Goods for retail. They had a Black Friday
shit.
thing. Nice,
man.
man.
I didn't take the check for that shoe. I bought a bunch of rock boots on Stadium.
Dude, if you cop those today, I'm selling those pretty fast because unless, the value's going to dip after the drop. It's an established shoe, so I'll be looking to move those pretty quick and just buy more personally. But yeah, the price I think, guys, is this. I mean, don't you guys think there'll be a little dip inbound if it's some quality stock just because people are in a selling mode right now and would sell it off quick? Or do you think there's enough buyers to eat it up?
I think a combination. I could see them like off the rip, dipping a little bit, and then I don't know, maybe holiday demand helps them out again because people just want that Black Easy. And now it's a cheaper price than it was, weeks ago. Long term there's value there for it, but I mean, if I have pairs now, I'd sell them now just because it's especially men's sizes. If I have men's sizes, I'm selling them now. I think
that dip is just brutal on the I pulled up size 9.5 and 567 sale on October 13th and 343 sale on November 17th. So yeah, it's safe to say if a decent amount of pairs hit the market, you might see a little dip. So I would be selling these probably pretty quick. I don't think we're going to get like some scenario where sells out and then we go see a rise of 500 value. I mean, it's an established shoe, so I don't think it's going to be raising up too many people.
Retail is 200 though, so that's definitely great.
It's a Man, I just wish they would GR the shit out of some of these 200s sometimes, right? Just let us resellers live. Oh my gosh.
Dirty scalper.
Dirty fucking scalpers. Getting called dirty scalpers a lot right now, aren't we? Golly.
We are. It's tough.
It's all over Facebook.
People are so bad.
The mental health of the average reseller is taking a toll.
Bro, I haven't heard or seen from Mike. No, seen or heard from Mike since his tweet had like 10,000 retweets, and then after that, he was gone.
I messaged him. Okay, he's like, yeah.
He had a Business Insider article and shit. He sold out.
Yeah, meet the dirty scalper that's reselling PS5s from his basement.
Yeah.
Bro, it's a funny world we live in here.
The funniest is sitting on the couch, just chilling at like my friend's dorm, and all of a sudden, like this kid just asked me, "Yo, have you seen that picture of that guy's basement?" And I'm like, I'm in the same group as him.
Yeah, that's true. Like people, like it really puts it in perspective. That's definitely happened. Like, did you guys see that picture? I'm like, yeah, I was in a group with Mike for about 4 years.
Exactly.
No, that's kind of the world we live in. But no, we are definitely getting a lot of hate. Yeah, I think this 500 is pretty simple, guys. You're trying to buy pairs. You're going to sell them. Expect a dip if there's a big release. If not, expect some demand just to kind of seize up the price and move pairs. Dev, you got any beautiful thoughts on the 500 other than it being 200?
I mean, it's definitely going all sizes in my opinion. Like this is all black shoe, as we've said. These are consistent hitters, but
I just wanted to hear you talk. You sound so fucking.
I remember the day after these released, I checked Adidas and these were just sitting there. I was devastated, especially base sizes.
You were devastated. Good one.
Yeah. And then I bought as many as I could base size and shipped to no tax. But I did sell for too low.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that was a tough one to see coming, for sure.
Don't sleep on wearing these as personals. I hated the 500, but then somebody ended up selling me a used pair for mad cheap, and they ended up becoming like one of my favorite pairs just because they're incredibly comfortable.
Yeah, I was thinking. That's funny you said that. I like black shoes in general, so I was wondering what would happen if I pulled my size.
Yeah, they're also like durable like a boot. So during the winter, you kind of get like that no cut boot, but like super comfortable vibe. It's good shoe.
Okay. All right. Nice advertisement from Papa for easy.
Articulate something Adidas marketing could never articulate themselves.
Yeah, this is facts. Higher the man. All right, guys. Pairs volume for this shoe is nuts. I know some pairs have been released, but still 6,000 is just really incredible. So that's moving it.
They also look really good. Like, I'm not a Fire Red 4 fan. They look really good.
They look good. Dude. Color blocking.
I totally agree. They look great in person.
You seen a nice in-person pair of gloves?
I saw somebody wearing them on feet today.
Oh, shit, I have a pair. I just never looked at it yet. Oops,
well,
I have a size 15. Oh, wow.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yep. I mean, let's look here. 72-hour sales. I mean, guys, we've had some retros here drop recently on the analysis where 72-hour sales for this shoe is bigger than their whole pre-sales were. This shoe is moving. The price points we're looking at like in the mid-200s. I mean, if we have a really tough day of buying tomorrow, I could see a little short spike on this one. What do you guys think?
It all depends on the whole release and how that goes. I mean, if it goes like a Flint 13, where it's a shit show, sure, it could bump, but I don't want to bank on it. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm just gonna go for whatever I could get.
Yeah. I mean, so I know we haven't talked about every shoe yet coming up, but which is Fire Red you think the best that if you can go all in on one shoe of these next couple for like the next year, is Fire Red the one that you're going with? Like in the ones of like in the next, like, yeah, in the shoes that are coming between the ones we talked about, and then the ones that are next up. So I guess like the two big ones are Bread Yeezys and Jubilees.
In my mind, I go in, buy Bread and Jubilee, quick sell, and then buy these. That's how I'd play it. But so I guess thinking long term these, but short term those other two.
I mean, even the Bread V2, like I feel like there could be a resurgence, especially like wherever the price falls, it could very easily be priced too cheap if they drop tons and tons of pairs. So I don't want to, again, without knowing stock numbers and not knowing, having to make a blind guess, I just wouldn't put it in these now, especially because they haven't performed like Bread 4s have performed in the past. That's always been more. What?
Yeah, I was going to say that Bread 4s coming off the rip last year did not perform well.
Right. But yes, but different time, I feel like. And then also Bread 4s in general are just more of the desirable, sneaker between the two.
For sure.
From what I've, and white cements. But, these are really well done. They did a good job. I just wouldn't be looking to do it now. I wouldn't be looking that far ahead with these. I feel like they're going to drop a shit ton of pairs. I believe my stock numbers were 380,000 in America. And I'd rather wait it out for sure and then just assess. Because I have a feeling that if Bread V2s come out undervalued, I might rather go with those.
Okay.
So, yeah. But no, for me, what I'm doing, just buying a shit ton of these, as many as I can, and then picking them up and hopefully selling through them fairly quickly. I wouldn't be holding them right now. It's just, am I going to fall on my face tomorrow or am I going to hit a few hundred? No in between. Yeah.
So
Sure.
what do you guys think we should pay? All in, what's the maximum we should pay tomorrow?
I mean, I hate to sound like a prick about it, but 210 is what I'm looking at, 210 or less between, shipping, tax. I mean, no tax, but shipping fees.
There are 200 retail, right?
Right. Which makes it tough. Like if you're in New York, I'm not saying not to go for them. I'm just saying it's obviously like it cuts 10%, like 10% off the rip. You got to pay another $20.
My internet's shit, guys. Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, I mean, it just could easily cut 50%, 40% off your margin. So that's just
about being rated at 200 instead of 190.
Yeah, but I mean, I knew it was 200, except someone confused me today about it.
Internet's shit. Now that pisses me off. I was having a conversation with somebody, and I was just saying that that when that 10 makes a big difference. It really does. Like people don't realize that it really does. When you're talking about fees associated, get you at 190, getting it under 200, I think really takes a lot of risk away. And you talk about risk reward a lot when you're investing. You don't always talk about risk reward as much with these, but I think the reward a lot lies in the retail price, and it just went with 190.
Yeah, no, and especially with 190, like when you're a New York reseller, like there's that leeway where I could buy them for quote unquote retail and still only have to pay $205, which isn't bad, which is really maybe $5 over what you could theoretically value them at for retail anyway. But when you're at 220, when you're at 200 and you have to end up paying almost 220, it's tough. And I can't lie, it's tough. But either way, I'm going to go for as many as I can, sell them pretty quickly, and then move on to the next shoe.
Have we talked about the grade schools?
Grades. I mean,
I know Dev UK made a post on them saying that he liked them.
Well, because for him, I think it's cheaper than our retail. So there's that immediate value for those. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either.
I probably won't.
I don't mind it. I think you can make a pretty good argument for it just because I think it's a great kid's Christmas shoe. And there's still a lot of places that are like, including where I work, that are going to school still. So.
And it was very low key. Not saying that this is like a home run by any stretch of the imagination, but the Concord 12, and not to make a comparison at all, just a grade school shoe that I didn't think was going to do that well and did. Retail was 140, I want to say. Yeah, 140. And I mean, it's 180, 170, 179, 170. Like they ended up doing like fairly like well, and they were above 200 for a little bit too, and have since rebounded after hitting their lows. Like that's obviously a women's shoe with the purple. You know, probably could have speculated on those, like you know, just because the purple. But you know, grade school's not been doing too bad.
No, it's an
No,
interesting
it
play.
just shows like the true demand of like how this general Jordan market is attracting females. In
Yeah,
models,
true.
like it started with the one, but it's just further evolved.
So I know the Bread 4 is a different shoe. I understand that. I'm not trying to compare it. My thought is, do you think, and if you guys talked about this while I was out, please let me know. But my thought is, do you think that this shoe captures some of that same buying market, which was so incredibly strong? Because it's essentially just a white version of a Bread.
Mm.
I think, Papa, you're muted. I don't hear you. I don't hear your voice, Papa.
Hello.
There you go.
Okay, yeah. I don't know that you can easily say that just because kind of as like throughout kind of the entire time, we've kind of always differentiated white and black shoes, and they kind of have all kind of different perceptions around them. I definitely think that it'll be the case for some, but I wouldn't necessarily think that you can just say, okay, like X amount of these buyers will just automatically kind of transfer over. In my mind, I kind of see this shoe doing better and better going into the spring. Whereas I think the Bread is more so kind of like a fall winter type shoe.
Do you think we could get like a small bump, shoe bottom out, shoe revival in the spring with this kind of price
Yeah,
action?
that's kind of what I have in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also could be one of those shoes that even if it's like longer term, it's like something like next fall we're like just talking about shoes and it's like, oh yeah, remember how we thought this shoe could be good? Oh shit, it's like $350 now. Just like what it just kind of creeps up on you because even though there's a lot of pairs, the demand just continues to grow.
Yeah.
I hate to do this and go off topic, but now that I brought it to 12s, I kind of want to make a call. Like, if you see these, no, really, like if you see these like 160 or below, even 150 ish, because most people like don't see value in this shoe, the grade school pair.
What are you talking about?
I would not mind speculating on those at all. Here, like these.
Someone was asking about those the other day.
Because
In our questions, I can't remember who it was. Someone
look
was
at
asking.
the asks. I mean, I don't want to look like an idiot in 2 weeks, and they're like fucking under retail and 120s. But I feel like the asks are kind of thin in a lot of the sizes. No one bought these really to resell like that.
You talking about the men's or the grade school?
No. I'm talking about the grade school pairs, and
Yeah.
it's a women's looking colorway, like it's purple. So
Right. Oh, there it is.
I kind of like it.
I agree with you because I remember Gloss was talking about last stream when he revealed the stock numbers. He was talking about the I think these were pretty low compared to the other retros, and I remember these on release day they were like 200, 220 in some sizes or in most sizes they were, and they held up. It wasn't like they were like crashing for like another 2 or 3 weeks. So
Yeah, they look pretty good.
The men's pair or the grade school or both?
grade school was
Right.
200, 220. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one I feel like I missed initially, and I feel like we're kind of getting a second chance to buy in, and it really is reminiscent of the fours. And I'm not trying to compare a 4 to a 12, but just in terms of purple, the metallic purple seems to be a winner with grade school, and now we're in the winter where obviously, yeah, that one's still going to sell the 4 because it's a 4, it's a great color, it's a great shoe, but who's not going to want a black and what woman's not going to want the black and purple for the winter? Again, I honestly look, if I could find some money right now, which I don't think I'll be able to.
Fine, Brandon.
I do long term. I don't think it matters. that much. I think as long as
There's
they're
a pretty big price discrepancy. I'll give you an example.
well,
4.5, and 5 are like 155, 155, 165, and then 5.5 goes to 180, 170, and 180, and 170.
I'd probably go for a mix. And when I say it doesn't matter, like even if you bought a size 4 purple metallic, and again, not to compare the fours, just showing the price at like price differences. The prices vary from basically from 4.5 to 7. It's pretty much all either 350 to 400, somewhere in that mix. It's not like, you know, as it gets bigger, it just gets better. Not really. Like the best was actually 5 to 6, and not this 6.5, 7. But again, when asks get thin, that could change in a second. So that's, again, I don't want to be too aggressive with it, but I might honestly try and pick up a few pairs just because I kind of like that that play with these. I think it could end up being undervalued.
Nice.
People like that shoe, and it's just good.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think we had someone in the chat reminded me. It was someone asking about the men's. So when we didn't get talking about the grade school, though, I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
Even the men's have held they've held 230.
Well, it felt like a shoe that people like, and we talk about this a lot. Like it's one of the big theories I have with like substitutions and whatever. But like these releases that nobody goes for, that have some good some good energy around it, but not great energy, and everyone passes on it. They end up, if they're a good shoe, they end up holding because you don't have these broke resellers that flood the market. And people wonder why Zions are still in the gutter. And it's because broke resellers bought hundreds of pairs. Where it's like a shoe like the Concord or the 12, they didn't. Like, people passed.
And I think it's still at a low enough price where, I mean, who thinks that these can't get back to 200? Right?
Oh, I don't know. There's no reason for them not to be back up to 200.
Right. I mean, look, I think maybe they held stock and you know, hundreds of thousands of pairs are coming back.
Worst case, it's a consign arbitrage play. Worst case, you know.
Yeah, I might try and buy some. Like I really like that. I really like that idea. And it's kind of a spur of the moment. Maybe it was meant to be, and we'll see what happens. But
I just got stock numbers for foot sites for the 380s and Fire Reds. So men's, important. I only have men's right now for the Fire Reds, and there's 16,000 pairs on Foot Locker, 14,000 pairs on Champ Sports. Foot Action.
This is for 380s?
No, this is for Fire Red.
I was going to say.
Jeff almost got real excited.
This is for 380s?
God.
All right, so Fire Red men's 16,000, Foot Locker, Champs 14,000, Foot Action 6,000, East Bay 6,000, and 380s we have 13,000 men's and 2,000 grade school.
So that's 42,000 on foot sites for Fire Reds.
Yeah, and 15,000 on Foot Locker, and only 2,000 are grade school.
It's always interesting because I always wonder with them. We see
so 380s aren't on foot sites.
They are
just on Foot Locker.
13,000 on Foot Locker.
Okay.
But didn't you say the 2,000 bays were in-store pickup?
No, that's for utilities 500s.
Oh, duh, I'm getting confused. Okay, yeah.
I mean, that feels like a lot because none of the other 380s have even dropped on foot sites.
No, it feels like a lot. I agree. 100%.
Yeah, I won't be touching them tomorrow.
Now, I don't know. That makes me interested on the bay. I think the bay is going to die as well, though. Let me look at it real quick.
It is interesting though when you see stock numbers say like even for the big releases like 50,000 total pairs, and then you see like one bot says we had 50,000 total checkouts, and I'm like I'm trying to do the math here and it's not adding up.
Yeah, right.
So someone's got to be lying.
So what y'all's thoughts on quantity? Is that a lot of pairs to you guys? Is that not a lot of pairs? You think those numbers a lot?
I think it's what Flint's were on foot sites about. I want to say.
I think it's average. I don't think it's a lot.
Yeah.
No, it's got all these pairs. Either there is some fat delays somewhere, or more likely that Nike is just gonna like everybody and their grandma's hitting tomorrow on Nike.
Definitely,
Everybody having a grandma sitting like,
definitely, 100%.
that makes sense. I don't know. This is gonna be interesting to see. I think volume is gonna be high for it though. Where are you guys selling the Fire Red? That's a good question.
It's easy with apps. It's eBay is going to be good. I think those.
Incentivizing. I saw Flight or SneakerCon 4%, Goats $20 credit. So
Yeah,
they're all incentivizing you to sell on their platform.
Is there any buys on Goat you guys would use? Is there anything you could target that you want to cash out on Goat that you would maybe sell 10 or 20 Fire Reds and buy 10 or 20 pairs of anything?
I have an out of the box option.
Tell us.
If you ever did you know that Kanye made some boots last year?
Oh, I thought you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna go with. Did you hear about the Concord 12s in grade school sizing? Did anyone hear about that?
No, Yeezy boots. Just run it up.
Run it up.
Did anybody see my 500 to 2K journey? My updated post.
Yeah, I saw it.
Run up the boots, because it seems like the stock is getting low in a lot of these pairs in like the season boots, and there's going to be, I think, for this group in the next like month or two, some outrageous sales that have just come out of nowhere on some of these boots.
I like it. Gloss.
A lot of people buying boots don't give a fuck. That's also a great point. They don't give a shit at all.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, I have a very out of the box idea for what you could do. You could go to Goat with your $20 coupons, and you could go buy some Air Jordan 12 Retro DS Dark Concord and end up paying about $152 to $155 to $150.
It's got to be 200. It's got to be 200. They do 200.
Are you joking?
I'm serious. It's got to be $200
First, you were able to stack them. Then you weren't able to stack them. Then you could only use over 200. Okay. All right. You want to do that?
That was the best thing that ever happened.
I mean,
we might have killed GoDapp on that stack. I mean,
I got a free pair of Brett Fours because of that.
I got so much off stack.
Wait, I'll be back in like a minute and a half. I'll be right back.
He has to do a meetup.
I gotta go meet
Wow, he sounds like me.
Yeah, his best gloss move.
Love
No, I
it.
think that's good questions about where to sell on eBay or go take advantage of some promos. I like the boot play. Turn breads to boots. White breads to boots.
Back into bread.
Back into bread. No pun intended.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that 500 to 2K solid. We need to get Matt's update and see where he's at. I'm not sure which stage he's at on his. All right.
I've pulled ahead. That's all I know.
You've pulled ahead for sure. All right, so PS5s. Man, I got lit up on the stream last week. Man, just absolutely torn to shreds by Smurf. Man, I'm just playing. They've gone up a little bit. There's been plenty of chances on restocks if you guys are running to get more, like we were talking about, sell, buy more. If you bought on the second wave, you're probably pretty happy because of the price action we're seeing. We're just watching. I don't know how many of you guys watch like stock or crypto price action and watch the trading books, but I love watching trading books, and it's been so fun to watch this PS5 trading book for StockX, because there's just buy wall after or sell wall after sell wall is just getting melted by buyers. I watched it go from 845. There was a sell wall at 875. Then one at 900. Then one at 940. Then one at 975. Then one at 1,000. 1,000 got melted. I mean, I'll tell you who's winning in all this.
StockX.
God bless, bro. And they're not winning because of their fees. They're not winning because of the transactions. They're winning because they are bringing more unique buyers to their website than they have ever done, ever, just from their ability to sell the amount of PlayStations that they have. I mean, people are feeling comfortable with their process because they're hearing about it. They're getting on. They're like, wow, I can actually buy shoes on here too. Oh shit, they're just killing it. And I mean, I don't think they intended to do that, but I don't have proof that says they're bringing more non-traditional traffic. But with the volume that they're moving with PS5s,
it has to be.
It has to be.
Well, I mean, it's just
Paranoise.
also
We can
from
talk about that. Yeah, we'll talk about the Paranoise after.
it's also for me some like even so many people I've been selling my PlayStations to have been people that have not bought from me before. They got referred from other people and whatever.
Right.
So I see it directly happening on the ground. It's got to be happening the same at StockX.
It's got to be, especially with this, all the kind of fear around it, and the security piece of StockX really is into this. Some Joe Blow buyer who's never done it before is like, okay, so I don't have to see anybody, like this is a verified site. They verify.
I mean, this to me is what I guess because we know as sneaker sellers and buyers how StockX is not perfect from a sneaker perspective in terms of authenticity and objectivity and everything with that. But I mean, this type of item is what StockX is really like best at. That it makes things safe. No issues with getting robbed. No issues with getting it stolen. Like no issue with chargebacks. Nothing like that.
And
Yeah,
the buyer side
100%.
too, it's the closest thing you can get to a warranty, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, there's not really fake PS5s to have to worry
I was
about.
going to say, this is the easiest item for them to authenticate, period.
No. Yeah, I
So-
wonder how that happens. Like, they just authenticate, I guess, ones that are like maybe trashed or something or broken, or I don't know. Do they
No,
open up the box?
you're-
Anybody know?
Well, I
Does that
mean, if
mean-
you're buying like pre-owns, they have to check and make sure the system has
True.
not been used before.
Right.
Because I mean, that's a major thing. You're going on there buying a new one. You don't want to buy one that's been pre-owned, and guy has somebody's crusty Cheeto fingers all over it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering though. So I mean, I assume they're opening these boxes up and stuff like that, kind of like they do shirt bags and whatnot.
Yeah, I would think they have to.
Fire Red 4s are like 250s on the apps right now. I guess if we're talking about do we see a jump, I could see a little bit of an uptick, just
Yeah,
maybe
275.
general-
Well, my feelings are that if these stores are as tight as they appear to be, and there isn't as much in-store stock as people may be expecting, a lot of people might be thinking tomorrow comes and it's going to be an easy grab, and when it's not, they might just jump quick to StockX and Go, where you do see that price uptick, which is something we haven't seen as of late on products.
Right.
We also haven't seen a shoe as demanded, I guess. Like a classic in a while, since probably the Flints, I want to say. In terms of the classic, I mean, them 12 were pretty good, but I don't consider it a classic.
That's a completely different level. This
right? Yeah, exactly.
You Flint, Fire Red 5, Fire Red 4, Flint,
DMP,
Holiday 11, DMP. Yeah, there are different tier in terms of just like
of course,
true demand. Forgetting what they go for price wise.
And these, I gotta say, these are probably close to Flint's, maybe even a little bit more. In terms of when how we have our classic scale, like this is either there or a little bit higher. It just depends on how
I would say it's below, but
the Flint.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Flint's like in a kind of colorway and all that. I just feel like the 4 just kind of is why you kind of put it.
I mean, I don't know your like how many people hit you up for shoes and what they hit you up about, but people over the last 5 years have hit me up for Flints multiple times a year, especially before this year, just multiple times a year, whereas nobody really ever hit me up for Fire Red 4s, including tomorrow. Nobody's really hit me up for them.
Interesting. Be interesting to see, like, if that changes after the release, like if you get a few like, oh shit, I thought this was going to be easy. It's not.
Yeah, but I'm for many reasons, I'm very excited for the store to open, but one is to really be in there in a situation like this where next week during the opening, how many people are going to ask about Fire Reds or pick it up or buy them. It'll be a good indicator of like the true ground when people are in that store situation and also like they're physically seeing it.
Yeah, I agree.
Another level of insight for us.
No, it is. It's a very good point too. For the PS5s, we can finish that up. Basically, like you should be selling these in the next week or two. They're just going to get hotter in the next week. I don't know. I'm going to debate selling mine that I have left this week. I'm probably going to wait one more week. I don't think there's going to be. I think there's going to be some people panicking in about another week.
It's
personally.
just it's like a stock or crypto is like on this one because you know that it has a finite life as opposed to shoes where we can speculate on, again, assuming restocks, not assuming restocks, whatever, but in general we can kind of say with Fire Reds, like, you're going to try and time the bottom, but from there it's just going to go on a run. It's probably not going to peak and tank. We know that this one is near the top, or whenever it hits that top, it's going to be a roller coaster to the bottom. So
I wouldn't go roller coaster. It's going to be like a slide, like a long.
Sure.
Slide.
Yeah, it's not going to be a massive drop, but it's going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you want to
get a meme out of that shit.
So you got to pick your spots here, and that's why, like, for me, if I'm setting a number, if people are buying it or buying through my buy wall, I'm out. I'll go buy more or help other people sell, and then because, like, for example, I had been selling mine for $10.50 for disc and $9.50 for digital, and then I saw, like, somebody texted me who buys a lot from me. They texted me last night asking if I had any. I said yes. Said $10.50. Hit me up 3 times confirming locking into $10.50. I then went on StockX to see that, like, buying it on StockX with tax would be closer to 12. So today I raised the price to 12 and 11, and I sold the other 2 I had for 12 with, like, really no kickback.
Nice.
So now I'm gonna, the next run I get in, I'm gonna keep at 12. If the price goes up online, I'll bring up a little, but if the price goes down, I'm totally willing to just keep it sliding down.
Yeah, that makes sense. Paranoise. What do you guys think about that? I mean, it dropped. The prices didn't dip hard. They only dipped like plus or minus 5%. I mean, we're seeing
they did rebound a bit though, right?
Yeah, like a little bit. The base stayed strong. Not the base. The Asian sizes stayed strong mostly. But 9 through 10 or 9.5 stay pretty strong. We saw a little dip down right after, and then it's bounced up pretty good. 2,500 sales. Not a lot of pairs. What are y'all's thoughts long term on this shoe?
The black ones did hit a big jump, but to me, they've also been flat since then, and I don't have any like local demand. And I think that Air Forces were at their peak when this shoe dropped last year. Like this and Travis dropped within like 2 weeks of each other, and that's when everybody was into like collab Air Forces. Prices on CDGs were popping, like just a lot of stuff where like Air Force has not been the model since then at all. So it's not something I have any interest in cashing out. Like all day, I'd be buying Sakai Vapor Waffles over these at the same price point. Like not even a thought in my mind.
Most U.S. buyers, I would say, also aren't necessarily realizing like, oh, this is the G Dragon, or oh, this is the Paranoise pair. Like they're more so going to be sold on like, oh, it's the fact that it rubs off and turns into a different shoe. So I think most of the demand and kind of like the bulk of the people watching this shoe are kind of international. So I don't necessarily know that at least kind of domestically it's that big of a play. But yeah.
We have seen, I have seen some interest from certain Asian buyers, but I don't think that compensates for, like as Gloss said, there's Air Forces have peaked, so I don't think that compensates for that. But it's just something to keep in mind that there is some Asian interest for these.
Yeah. Do you think?
So Dev, knowing that, would you cash out? Like I said, I made it clear I'm very high on the vapor waffles, but at the same price point, knowing what you know about your Asian buyers, would you rather buy around their size in vapor waffles, or would you rather buy their size in G Dragon?
Vapor waffles, because I mean volume is crazy on these G Dragons, but I don't think it's enough. Compared to the vapor waffles.
I mean, I'm trying to put a price target on my head, like where I would, target for these Paranoise. I mean, they're starting out so strong in a market where we're not seeing shoes jump hard. I don't know that I wouldn't just let them marinate a little bit.
All right, go. Just vapor waffles 8 and 8.5 and 9 are $5.75 now for black.
Sheesh.
That happened fast. Last week they were down, or around release they were down in the low fives.
Yeah,
and they hit as low as like 475. They already rebounded all the way back up to 570.
Can't even pull this shit up. My internet's messing up like trash. So there it goes.
That's wild.
What size is you talking about? Oh, 8.
Yeah, no, they've slowly crept up. Interesting.
Yeah,
Good
shout out
volume.
Stadium Goods last night. I bought an 8, 8.5, and 9 for $480 each.
What did
480?
Stadium Goods do last night?
They did a 15% off sale.
Gotcha.
So I just, every time that Stadium Goods puts that up, I go for like the most recent Nike release. Like I bought a lot of rubber dunks last time because like some of these are priced, but I think somebody just brought in a run at the same price, and like a 7 was $460, a 10.5 was $440, a 9.5 was $460. So there was some value there for sure.
Where do you see this price going, Gloss, with this shoe? Like, I mean, because I guess people can still get into it. It's not too late.
Well, I have to think there must be the fact that 7.5 through 9 has such a premium. It has to be, there has to be an Asian presence in the shoe because it's such a big spread that we have been used to seeing in the past, but not used to seeing recently. Like a 12 is $430, but an 8.5 is $575.
Right.
So it's still, I mean, I thought that this was going to get lower than it did, and I don't know if it was the allocation. I don't know if it's the true demand or what, but they're already doing great, and the other pair, the Fuchsia Game Roy, whatever, is doing less, but it's holding its own too. So
it's doing better.
I don't know.
We thought that shoe was going to be like in the high 300s pretty much across the board.
And it is in 10.5 and up. You're
Right.
at 405. 10.5 to 13 is 405, 355 to 405. It's wild. Oh, also, if you remember last week, I had that revelation about
Jack, I agree.
That vapor waffle. That last week I saw that black one, size 14, was so undervalued. Yeah, it never shipped.
Yep. That's about right. Makes sense.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna just keep talking about vapor waffles every week because I mean I don't know where they're gonna go. I don't have like a spot to hit, but to me those big sizes are so much cheaper that there's value there, and I just think it's gonna be one to watch. And that triple S comparison is spot on.
So when am I buying my my personal pair? Now?
I don't see. So you're in a great position because 13 is just so much cheaper.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't.
It worked out for you for once.
For once.
So the only thing I could say is that last year, when on StockX, when the Black Friday sale ended, they did a seller's fee after that. So like a Cyber Monday seller's fee reduction.
Yeah.
So I think things may be a tiny bit higher than they normally are because people are buying stuff to try and win shit. So I would say if there's a seller fee Monday, I would try and hit it during the seller's fee. But I wouldn't wait much longer than that because the demand is clearly there considering how fast that they've rebounded and all pairs are in hand at this point. So it's not like another run is coming through.
Yeah. Makes sense.
What do we think about Dev? What do we think about these?
I think they dropped a lot. Let me check.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of like crazy demand for these in China, but at the same time, there's a lot of people holding. But how many do you have?
Yeah,
Did they drop
30?
anywhere other than sneakers?
I don't know. I only bought it sneakers. I didn't pay attention to anything else. Maybe
if they did. They was very, very sparse.
Yeah.
Or sparse, whatever, same thing. So yeah, they were very. There was basically sneakers or bust.
Oh, not sneakers. Nike.com. Yeah.
Yeah, either way.
I mean, they're pretty low. It's like 114 lowest ask.
Wow.
Retail was 100. Yeah. So I mean, if they might have bought them at this point, honestly, because looking at previously they were like 130, 140 maybe, and then they climbed to 180 right before the restock, the big restock.
Right. That screwed me.
Yeah. So honestly, I would hold these, but I wouldn't buy into them. But I would hold them if you got them on retail.
Would you think about buying them like eventually, or just if you have them, it just might as well holding? You'd rather speculate on something else.
I'd rather speculate on something else. I'll talk about that now, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was a lot
Hold
of.
on. Let me grab something.
All right. Are we gonna talk about the metallic gold ones?
Sure.
What are they? Oh, are they?
They're the
Monday?
30th. We need to talk about them. They're the 30th. Cyber Monday.
Hot take. I don't see them going over 300.
Hot take.
I don't know if that's that hot, but I don't see it. Huh?
He said ever.
Oh no, not ever. No. Just immediately. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Just
Wow.
wow.
I'll give him the spotlight.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
And
mean,
the spotlight.
that's not even a hot take. They're 250 now. So
No, it's
I mean,
not. Oh wow.
that's an ice cold take.
Damn.
What size, Gloss?
11 and a half.
Oh wow.
Oh,
It's like a whole character arc because last stream you entered the waffle or the raffle, and now they're here. It's a wholesome moment.
I might have to wear them next Wednesday to
Wait,
really
Paul,
bring it full circle.
could you wear those with like some rings and then like the Swarovski hoodie or something, Supreme crew neck or whatever it is? Like, and
I don't own that hoodie.
Yeah, but I'm sure you know people that do.
He's texting the
Yeah.
plug.
Yeah, let me send
Make
the
it
word
happen.
out.
Make it happen.
Well, I got the hoodie, but I sold it to my client yesterday.
Oh, so I mean, come on.
Dressed
Get
like
it back.
a walking sparkle. That's basically.
So for the opening, do I wear these or do I wear Dior Lows?
Dior Lows, 100%.
Dior Lows, baby.
100%.
Lows. Yeah.
You want to look like an idiot, not a total idiot.
Right.
Oh man, Brandon. All right, no, let's get those black ones up here.
Wait, why can't I hear anyone?
We can hear you? So these drop on Monday. What are y'all's thoughts about these?
I totally, my headphones went out. What did you guys say that you were all chuckling at?
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, Brandon.
Uh,
Oh, that's funny. Gloss didn't hear the whole joke. That's funny. He said. What he said?
No, I didn't say. We were talking about the metallic one, and I said that they're not even at 250 right now. So
That's
I
just
get on
funny
the
as
live.
hell. He's gonna watch the live stream.
I'll send you the timestamp.
Okay.
Yeah. So metallic. I mean, they're not at 250 now. I could really kind of see them like doing the COJP type thing, where like 220s ish, 230s, 240s. I don't see them like pumping. I don't think a Monday release the demand is like that prevalent. I know Nike did the early access, that probably hurt it a little bit, but long term, I think about it right now. Just I buy them for retail. Not a hot take, but you know.
Decent volume, 1277, nothing great. Price action is kind of meh. Monday releases for Jordan on Cybers have just all sucked. Like every last one of them have done bad. And there's been a lot of them that are black too, funny enough. So,
Cyber
I mean,
Monday ones.
yeah, so, I mean, my thing is that I'm buying them for retail. I kind of like the COJP comp where like that type of a price action.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not big. I'm not big on the shoe.
In general, it seems like all these patent leather shoes don't do well out of the gate, but they do well long term. Like all the patent leather ones hold value. But
Could you comp it to a Fearless or no?
Remember how bad gold toe ones did for so long?
They were so good too.
So long.
But I mean, those are so old. If you're gonna comp it to those, like it's not worth it.
No, I was just saying, just because of colorway.
Yeah, I think Fearless patent leather from last year could be a good comp.
That's what I'm saying. That to me is the better one if you're looking for something.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I mean, I'd rather it be if I'm buying them, I'd rather the gold.
What are we doing about sizes for here? You guys buying all sizes 812, 813?
Yeah, I'd just go with whatever I could get.
Yeah.
I'd pretty much go whatever I could get.
Yeah, I think you could. I mean, the prices look solid for like a 13, 57. So there's 80 size 8s and 60 size 13s sold. So it's not like, you know, the volume's heavy one way or the other.
Size 13 is doing better than all of them. So, yeah, to me, it's just like whatever you could get. I don't think you're going to see like major price grouping discrepancies. So,
cool. All right. Pretty much got all. You think of anything else? Dev, is there anything
anybody buying cactus plant dunks?
No.
Should we be gloss?
No, I'm not.
I don't think you can recommend that to anybody buying a $2,000 shoe.
No.
Why would I buy one pair of Jordan 12 Dark Concordant?
We're losing Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon's.
Fuck that. Am I back? No.
You're back.
You're back.
Right.
Yeah,
so what I said was, why would I? The Jordan Concords in grade school sizes. No, fuck it. They could. That's it. I'm not sure.
The best part is I can see.
I'll write it in the chat.
All right, guys. I think we've covered it pretty good.
Bricks or about bricks?
What? What do you say?
Bricks.
Oh yeah, come on, Dev. What we got?
Yeah, let's get it.
Okay, so I was gonna say, a lot of stuff dropped this week on Nike. A lot of mids, a lot of lows. We saw a Thanksgiving release too. I really like the guava mids and the lows. Those are very limited on Nike, and the site crashed because of them. And they're still holding up, but I think they're gonna drop a lot once pairs start to come in. But it's not gonna be a huge drop. I'll give an update on that. And the mids haven't dropped yet, but once they do, they're gonna be a go in all sizes. I made a call a while back on those. And those will be a long-term hitter and consignment hitter too.
Yeah, those I'm big on. When do those drop?
It's random.
Okay.
And the beetroot mids, they dropped with the gold pendant on them. Those are holding up, I think, pretty well. And I think they're gonna, if you got pairs for retail, definitely hold them because they're gonna bottom out soon, if not sold already. So those we might invest long term. Again, I have to analyze the volume and the price action on everything. So I will be providing updates for the guava mids, lows, and beetroot mids. Just hold those at retail if you've gotten them already. And gold mids are dropping Cyber Monday. Those are definitely going all sizes. Yeah, Chinese demand is high for those. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, I'm big on. That's. I hope I get a lot of those actually. So, yeah,
Nice.
good stuff this week. Friday edition, the special edition. You ever notice any of these like programs that are usually live every single night? Typically, like a news show. Like they'll say, "Welcome to a special edition of whatever the news show is," and it's hosted by someone completely irrelevant. Anyone ever noticed that or no? I'm just the only one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just making an observation here, but this was a special edition. I thought it was pretty good.
It was it was a special edition. I agree. Special edition on a Friday. Yeah, that's pretty good. Thanks, Devs. You've been killing it on there in the bricks. Keeping it up there. Good job, sir. Good job.
Thank
And
you.
great job on
All
the
right.
audio. Today. That's ridiculous. You're making me feel
Yeah.
self-conscious now.
I mean, yeah, he nailed the audio today. I'm kind of wondering about mine myself. But yeah, we'll get this one up. Papa, we're gonna get this bad boy up here.
Yep.
Can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me.
Probably not,
Can you hear
but-
me, Papa?
We could do the whole wrap it up signal.
All right, we'll get it back on. Good show, guys. Good luck
Yep.
tomorrow if you're going for it. Smack those Fire Reds.
Sounds good.
Hey, anybody see my pal's getting smaller now?
I've noticed it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Next week it's gonna be gone.
I like it.
So
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Sounds good.
Shows from the shop.
Yes, sir. Starting 2 weeks.
I like it. Yep.
All right.
All right, guys.
All right.